Hi, welcome to Mainline Steam. My name's Lindsay Challis and I'm one of the workers in our Middleton depot based in Christchurch. The locomotive we're standing beside today is JA1240. It's our resident coal burning locomotive, built by New Zealand Railways in 1946 and worked in the South Island all its life. It was purchased off New Zealand Railways by a chap by the name of Peter Coleman, who shifted the whole thing to Blenheim. It was subsequently purchased by Ian Welsh and overhauled and restored in our Parnell depot. In Auckland, it was the last locomotive to be overhauled in that depot because it's had to move from the premises. The locomotive was run in the North Island for a short period of time after overhaul, and then it moved down south. It arrived down in Christchurch, its old working ground, in time for the Rail 150 celebrations in 2013. And that's those. Since then we've run some Arthur's Pass trips, done some trips to Dunedin, where the locomotive was built, and yeah, it remains our resident coal burning locomotive and will work out of Christchurch for the foreseeable future. Our second locomotive here at Middleton is oil-fired KA class number 942. This locomotive, a member of class locomotives, only worked in the North Island. Originally it was a coal-fired engine, and in the 1940s it was converted to burn heavy fuel oil. It still to this day burns fuel oil, although not the heavy type. It was purchased by Ian Welsh and fully overhauled in the early 90s. It operated down in Christchurch, then went back to the North Island. It has come back again, it's had a second overhaul. It also has partial streamlining fitted. These locomotives originally had some things on it that aesthetically were considered not too pretty, so they streamlined. This locomotive weighs 145 tonnes, is the biggest locomotive in the Mainline steam fleet that is currently operational. Here we have another resident coal burning locomotive in Christchurch, this one being the only surviving KB class locomotive in the country. 6 of these were constructed at the Hillside Railway workshops in Dunedin, and this locomotive worked between Springfield and Arthur's Pass for the greater part of its life. In the very late 1960s, when it was due to be retired from service, a local school teacher by the name of Cyril Ellis took some film of it around all the schools, and school children of the time contributed to purchase this locomotive. It was then subsequently displayed at the Ferrymead Heritage Park and leased by Mainline Steam in the 1990s. We're slowly working at getting this locomotive going. We do have a booster for it. It completed its railway service minus the booster due to a small accident that it had. Currently just awaiting the completion of the tender, and then we'll start on the locomotive. This is a coal burning locomotive and will remain a coal burning locomotive. To run successful mainline excursions, we need a carriage fleet. Kiwi Rail withdrew their carriage fleet recently, so we purchased 8 AO class carriages off Kiwi Rail, and these are slowly being overhauled back up to certifiable state in our workshops in Wellington and these ones here in Christchurch. This particular car behind us has required a substantial amount of work, so it is hoped to be complete by this winter, and we may be able to start running excursions again using our own fleet of carriages. As all locomotive depots require a shunter, this is our price shunter, built in 1965 by A&G Prices of Thames in the North Island. This particular locomotive worked the Kempthorne Crosser at Burnside in Dunedin, purchased by Mainline Steam and towed through to Christchurch. It just recently had an engine transplant. This machine is more than capable of dragging our locomotives and carriages etc. around the depot. It's fitted with a train brake as well as an independent brake, and is used most weekends around our depot. The second resident diesel shunt locomotive in our fleet is a small 9-ton Drury locomotive, built in 1940 for the Smithfield Freezing Works in Timaru, where it worked until 1994. It was then on display at a restaurant at Glenaby between Timaru and Oamaru until 2004, in which time it came under the ownership of Steam Scene on Thames Island. We've had this locomotive on a loan since 2010 when our other shunter that you just saw, the price, failed. So currently this locomotive is used occasionally now. It has powered by a 5-cylinder Gardner motor, very capable little machine. Only has a handbrake, so it has limited capabilities when it comes to shifting 140 odd tonnes of locomotive. Whilst we have a number of our own projects underway at the moment with Mainline steam, this locomotive behind me here is a hillside built TR class shunt tractor. It is owned by the National Railway Museum, who are setting up down at the Ferrymead Historic Park in Christchurch. We're currently undertaking some cosmetic restoration of the machine to enable it to go on display in the new museum when it's built. And the locomotive does have a motor fitted. It is missing some vital parts, however it will look the part by the time we're finished. We'd like to thank you for watching this video today. Any further information that you may like to gain about Mainline Steam, feel free to visit our website www.mainlinesteam.co.nz. We look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.